Why are you interested in helping out with this project about anti-bullying?
I thought that this is a very good project because I know that there have been other projects, but I think that it's important to get the word out there. I think when you expose the bullying, it makes people think and it makes them stop and say, let's consider what we're doing. So when you turn the wheels and shine the light back on the bullier, then maybe the bullier or the person witnessing the bullying would think twice about not reporting it, about even engaging in the act of bullying.
What is your experience with this disease called bullying? How did this experience make you feel during and thinking about it after the fact?
Well, I have a couple of experiences with bullying. First, when I was a child, my father beat my mother, and I remember the first time was when I was 5 years old, and I was crying in bed, and I was very scared, and I was all alone. And my door was closed, and I heard a lot of shouting. And when I came out, there was broken glass pieces all over the floor and bruises on my mother's legs. And the fighting continued, and I remember thinking as a child, am I going to be left an orphan? Is my father going to kill my mother one day? And, through the years, the the beating became more intense. Eventually, my father moved out, but it was hard for me as a child to witness that because I'm helpless, but then on some level I feel like I'm part of the bullying because I didn't do anything. I just stood by and I just watched. But what could I have done, as an adult thinking now? And see, those images I kept with me for a long time in my brain and my heart, and that has turned me against a lot of males. And so it's hard, and that's why I turned to animal rescue, because I realize that there are animals who are suffering under the hands of abuse, and it's really sad and it's shameful. And I do know that domestic violence is the highest in Camden County out of all the counties in New Jersey, and yet you don't hear about it. And so what does that mean? That means it's silent, and that's a scary thought.
Thinking now on your time of life, how has this disease of bullying affected your life as a whole?
Well, it's the bullying, the images, and the feelings of guilt associated with not having done anything because I was a child at that time. That has really played a deep psychological role in who I am today. Um, I have turned, away from trusting guys. Uh, I just don't trust, humanity as much as I do the animals. And it's very sad, but I know that's why I turn myself spiritually to God, because I feel that He is the only one who could save us from um, this, the problems in our world. And when we trust in that higher power, when we trust in the tenets of the Bible, I feel like when we serve out um, our lives and our hearts in the world, people can see us for our actions, and we can serve as true testimony and as ministers um, of goodness, and let people know that there's still good out there. So now that I've turned to God, my life has changed because I realize that I'm here for a purpose, that maybe there are other people like me out there who are silent, but who don't see a way out. And so maybe He wants me to minister to people who are hurt, and maybe He wants me to bring some joy into their lives, even if it's just that one chance encounter.